Welcome back, friends. Today I'm going to do a little bit of spring cleaning, so if you want to hang around and see what I do, you're more than welcome to. I'm going to do some carpet cleaning, doing some food prep, cooking. I have a recipe to share. I've got a bit of organizing to do. Got some befores and afters for you guys, and then just some general cleaning out, and I hope you guys stick around and enjoy. Hey friends, welcome back to our channel. My name is Krista. I'm a mom of 2 little kids, soon to be 3. Well, in October we'll have 3 kids, and all under the age of 2. Anyways, I really enjoy sharing homemaking, so that's what I like to put on this channel. So if you like that kind of thing, if you wouldn't mind subscribing, it's a free way to help out the channel. And today we've just got some spring cleaning. Got a rug that I wanted to get cleaned, swapping out curtains. There's always just general household stuff like folding laundry. I think I have a dinner recipe I'm going to share with you later on towards the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoy, get some inspiration, and just have a fun time hanging out. Thank you for spending your time here. We are very grateful that you guys watch the videos and comment. It means a lot. So let's get to work. My first project of the day was pulling out the curtains that I was going to use. This chest was full of winter stuff and just a general storage container, and so it's something that I needed to go through. But I started out just by pulling out the curtains that I was going to use, and I decided I'm going to take care of the rest of the stuff later. When we initially put up the curtains, I hadn't really researched what the standard height for curtains are, or typically where you would place them. I think the previous owner just had them here at the same height. Now that I've been married a couple years and I've been paying more attention to how things are done, I think I would move them up higher, but I'm just waiting for the right time to do that. Right now that's not a huge big deal to me. Also, I realized before, when I used these curtains, the rods were all silver, and since then I put on a bit of a patina, is that what you call it? Basically coated them so that they would look like older curtain rods. And so because of that, then now the curtains look a little funny, so I'm trying to debate, should I just cut off the top part where it has the silver rings in the fabric? I don't know, let me know what you guys think. It is pretty obvious when you look at it, but sometimes I like to wait to make decisions on things like that. Give it some time to think about it. It just felt like the right time to get the curtains swapped out and have everything feel a little bit more springy. I found these curtain hooks, curtain clips on Amazon. I could link them. They're really, really handy, really nice for putting up fabric that doesn't have curtain rod placement in it. It's something I've used all around the house, and it's just they're really handy to have on hand. You can get them in different types of metals and things like that, so that's really nice. I absolutely love getting up in the morning and seeing the light coming in through the curtains. It's really, really nice to have thinner ones. One reason I don't mind these is that we do have regular blinds, and so that helps give privacy at night. I didn't grow up living very close to a main road, and so that's one thing I've had to get used to, is being aware that if I leave the windows open, people driving by at night can see right in. So yeah, it's nice to have curtains and blinds to deal with that. The next thing was taking care of these instrument hangers. Recently I shifted the bookcase over, and I hadn't taken down the hangers just yet. And since the instruments didn't fit anymore with the bookcase there, then it was time to move them. After lunch I got back to work we had been listening to some music by Ron Hamilton, and so that's why I had the laptop out. But it was time to clean up. I actually moved a little cleaning stand, one that our oldest was given for Christmas. I moved it over to this area of the house so that way after meals it was easier to grab cleaning supplies, just because there's always food on the floor after meals now, as they're learning how to eat and everything. So there's always something to sweep up. Makes it just a little easier to get that taken care of sooner. The weather has been really, really beautiful, and I like to open the door as much as I can to get fresh air in, especially when I'm mopping and stuff like that. There's a mop that I've seen Walmart carry. I've been aware of other people using it, and it looks like it cleans really, really well. It's a black and red. Comes with a bucket, and it has a spinner in it, which you activate by pushing on a lever. Stepping on a lever with your foot, and it looks like it does a really good job at like wringing out the mop. That was my big pet peeve when I had a big mop head that I just could not get it like wrung out. So I've been kind of debating, wondering like, should I get one of those? It's like $30, which isn't like crazy, but at the same time, it's like whenever I go shopping, I'm like, do I want to spend an extra $30 today? No, not really. So I haven't got it yet. Maybe one of these days I'll give it a try. I've wanted to clean the rug for a while now, and I had a friend who let me borrow her carpet cleaner. First, I needed to clear the floor and get everything off of it, including toys, furniture, all that stuff, and then I could get to cleaning. When we were sick a couple weeks ago, the kids threw up a ton, and so you clean up as much as you can, but I still wanted to give the rug a good once over, so I managed to maneuver it off the couch. I don't know if I've seen clips where there'll be this gal and she'll be like, honey, can you help me carry this? And then when he's not home, she's like, okay, I'm just going to do this. I can do it myself. And that's kind of how I felt. Or when my husband's home, I'll be like, hey, can you help? And then when he's not there, I'm like, okay, let's just get this done. Something about not wanting to wait for help, I guess. I don't know. I was very surprised to see the pile of dirt under the couch. I cleaned it not that long ago, but apparently we like to eat on the couch. Sunday night we'll do supper on the couch, we'll do popcorn and watch something together, and so stuff falls through. But I did take some of the treatment and spot clean the rug, basically just sprayed some of the different spots of stuff that I guess these are mostly spit up, where you wipe them up or the little baby spits up and you don't see them in time and they dry. Then I could get going with the cleaner. I did a couple passes, at least a couple, just to really get the spots. Oh, my little girl. She was halfway freaked out, halfway not. Some of the times she loved it, some of the times she hated this, but she was a little trooper. This rug is one that I've been really, really glad I got. I really like the look of it, and it seems to do really well, to hold up really well. We got it, in a couple months will be a year. So yeah, we just really like it. I actually had to use money I had saved up because this is kind of a splurge. It's not something we would just go out and buy any and every day. You know, we don't budget money for like a rug or whatever. So I had saved up some money just by, selling furniture, just finding things and then reselling them, trying to upscale them and stuff. And so then I used that money to buy this. And it was hilarious the other night. My husband, he was like, "How much did we pay for that?" And I was like, "I think it was $400. And he was like, "What?" Which I didn't realize until I went looking for rugs how expensive they were, especially the bigger ones. And I figure when we get a different house that this is one of those things that's definitely going to get used lots. Like it's not a one-time thing, so kind of an investment piece. But it was hilarious because he was like, "I was thinking it would be more like $100." But it's like, yeah, that's like a small area rug or something. But these are pretty expensive. And if we're being honest, the kind of rug I really want is like $1,000 or $2,000. The like old Persian rugs. Anyways, I'm just grateful that I was able to get this one. While we had it out, I thought, why not go ahead and try to clean this chair that we got. It took me forever to figure out how to use this attachment. I always struggle with it every time. I use it so little that it's like, how do you put that on again? I almost did it upside down, putting the attachment in the machine. I had to look up a thing I had to go search it on the internet. Even that didn't help. Finally, I got it. Okay, so I finished the rug. I lay down for a little nap, but my kids were like, "Nope." And so they woke up, and I'm gonna head outside. I need to clean out the rug cleaner and then bring in some laundry. So let's go do that. The weather has just been absolutely amazing. I even mowed the lawn once already. It's so nice. We're hoping that the grass is gonna grow a bit better this year so that we don't have to worry about as many thorns and different things trying to grow, that the grass will be, take up the main space and the kids can be outside a lot. It's just the best thing ever. Do you guys remember that Dalgona recipe that was going around where you do whipped coffee? Basically you use instant coffee granules and whip it up. I was reminded of that, and so I've been doing it lately for snacks and stuff. It's kind of fun. I feel like everyone that I see do it, they all whip up the granules and sweetener and stuff in a cup, and then they have to scoop it out into their jar. But I always feel like that makes for extra dishes, so I'll show you how I do it. I learned the hard way one time to not let go of the cup. I once had coffee foam go everywhere. I always like to add some caramel or vanilla or some sort of extract, some sort of flavoring extract to the drink. And then of course I add collagen because you got to get your protein in with all your snacks and stuff. A few cubes of ice, and then some almond milk and a little bit of heavy cream, and that pretty much summed it up. I did add some sugar-free whipping cream, which this is something I use maybe once every other week, just a little bit. It's not super ideal for eaten on Trim Healthy Mama, or just in general for your body. I should just say in general, it's not like 100% the best, but I like to do it every once in a while. It keeps for a long time in the fridge, so I keep it for those rare occasions. Okay, look. There's a broken glass in the bottom. That's really sad. These are etched. I think they're crystal. But see, they have like etched flowers. That's so sad. I was wondering, I thought usually the straws will get stuck and then it will jam. But apparently it was a cup this time. Anyways, it's like the last one I have of that, so I guess it's all right. It seems to really help to keep the dishwasher emptied, so I try to stay on top of that. I try to keep it emptied. I try to empty it as soon as I can after it's been washed, just so I can put dishes in it as I make things or stuff like that. It just keeps the kitchen sink from filling up as fast. Anyways, then on to doing laundry. The rug was still kind of damp at this point. That's why I didn't have any furniture on it, but I figured, hey, I got space. Let's fold the laundry here, and then then we can get it put away. My next project was to organize the medicine cabinet. My mother-in-law found this rack and gave it to me, and my first thought was, oh, I should use that as a medicine cabinet. So just started by pulling everything out on the one side. I wasn't organizing like the whole thing, but just trying to get everything placed on the right side there, the lower right side, just so it would all be easy to see, and I don't know, I could just find stuff easier. I find with the essential oils, I have a hard time, like, whenever I go to pull different ones out, just because of where they were placed before. It was really hard to see the labels. You didn't know what you were grabbing until you had to pull each one out till you found the one you wanted. So I think this will work a whole lot better. I tried to organize them by, like, food flavors. Those were for, like, ingesting, and then there's the ones that are not, the ones that are for not ingesting or whatever, ones you do not want to take internally. So I tried to keep those separate. Anyways, here's the final look. I thought it looked pretty good. It was nice to get everything tidied up a little bit better. Okay, here's the dinner recipe that I wanted to share. I saw it online recently and thought it looked kind of cool. My husband loves noodles and beef, and I was like, why not put those two together? This recipe also called for cabbage, so I was like, well, this will be great. I can use some cabbage, get some good veggies in there, and hopefully it's a winner. My goal was to chop the lettuce as finely as I could, just get it chopped up super, super fine, and then in hopes that it would blend in pretty good with the rest of the recipe. So I chopped those up, and I had to stop a couple different times. You know, there's always stuff going on with the kids. I think at one point our little girl woke up, so I had to go get her out of her bed, and then she joined me. You'll see her shortly on the counter. But it was just one of those times where I'm like, I feel good, I have energy right now, let's see how much I can get done before I get all worn out. Now that I'm in the second trimester, you just never know what each day is going to be like. The first part of the day can start out great and the next part not be so great, but I am thankful to have a lot more energy and to be feeling like I can do stuff more like normal again. So that's really a blessing. Actually, when I was making this, I kind of messed up because we needed to go somewhere that evening and I should have started way sooner. But anyhow, let's get to the sauce. I used Worcestershire sauce. I used some molasses. The recipe called for brown sugar, but I used a little bit of molasses. And then a little bit of super sweet just to give that brown sugar effect. This is a Trim Healthy Mama product. Then once I had drained the ground beef, then I added some garlic cubes. I had diced up some garlic a while back. I don't know if you were around to see that video, but I diced up garlic and froze it. And so I just used some of that. And then back to my sauce, I added some ginger juice. It called for powder, but I really feel like the juices taste a whole lot nicer. So I added a bit of that as well. And of course I forgot I needed to add some Dijon mustard to the sauce. So I just mixed that up and then poured it into the pan with the veggies that I had sauteing. Was attempting to saute. I used Dreamfield's pasta, which is on plan with Trim Healthy Mama, and I just poured that into the boiling water. In hindsight, I realized I didn't need to use near as much pasta. I probably could have used half of that amount because once you add the veggies and meat, it seemed like it was very, very pasta heavy. So yeah, you'll probably know for your family what was going to be ideal. But yeah, that's what I did. That's what I decided. Once the veggies were all sauteed and softened, then I just dumped that into the bowl of pasta and mixed it all together. If you want to be all fancy, you can garnish it with, I don't know, sesame seeds, green onions. I was telling my husband, I was like, sorry I don't have, some of that stuff. He was like, oh no, it's fine. Sometimes the garnishes he's not super fond of. So at our house, this was what we had and it was good. The kids loved it. The next day, I wanted to make sure before I put the couch back that the floor and the baseboards were cleaned behind the couch because I knew I wouldn't get to them for a while. So I just took my duster and just went and wiped everything down. Don't you just love those old baseboards? I think they're the best ever. Then you remember what I said about getting your husband to help when he's home versus when he's not home and just doing it yourself? That's kind of what I did. I had to maneuver the couch around back and forth, trying to remember to make sure I was using my legs to lift. They say use your legs, don't use your back, and all that stuff, being a woman. And anyways, just making sure I was being careful lifting and everything. And then I was able to put everything back. At this point, my kids were actually still napping, which I was pleasantly surprised at. So I decided, why not go ahead and tackle some projects like this chest? I had that sudden spurt of motivation and was like, let's do it. So this is the before. You can see the amount of stuff we have in here. It's kind of funny because it's mostly winter gear, exercise equipment, it had curtains, and then medical equipment. I had a whole collection of medical type stuff. I used to keep this in my vehicle before I was married. I had bandages, orange tape, stuff for, I don't know, sprains, just all kinds of things. And then, yeah, just that was mostly what was in the container, but I pulled this stuff out. I still need to decide if I'm going to keep it or if I should put stuff back in the car, that whole thing. But in the meantime, I was just trying to pull everything out, separate it, divvy it out, see what I could get rid of, what I should just put away, stuff like that. And this is the final result. Looks so much better. Next, I picked up a curtain rod for our bathroom. I wanted to put a little curtain up. I had to be super, super quiet because my kids were still sleeping and I didn't want to wake them up. You know, they're so sensitive to noise. I was just thinking the other day how I can get my kids to sleep by I can get them to sleep through the night by 1 month or so. But when it comes to sleeping through noise, oh, it's so, I don't know. I don't have any advice on that front. Even though we have a sound machine, they'll still hear stuff. If I lay down for a nap and then get up, usually within 2 minutes, I'll hear our little girl. She'll be like, I heard you. So anyways, it was really nice to get this curtain up. I really love the effect that it has on the bathroom. Lastly, I wanted to get this window cleaned. It's one that my little guy looks through a lot, and there are fingerprints and food and different things all over it. I had to kind of scrub in different places, but it looks a lot better. I think if I clean the outside, it would look even better. Some of the stuff you see is from the rain blowing on the front of the house. But then I just cleaned the windowsills and called it a day. So that's what the last couple days have looked like for me. You'll have to let me know if there's certain spring cleaning projects that you guys are working on. So thanks for hanging out with me. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next week with another video.